After switching on, the device is in the monitoring mode. We set the hive number as the start of the screenshot's name and start the measurements. Unfortunately, we have a large smartphone, and it cannot be inserted deeply enough into the porch of the hive. This may be the reason that we hear the nest badly, but can hear the sounds of bees flying around too well. By the way, this is clearly noticeable by the appearance of powerful columns, at the same time in the ranges of 200 and 400 Hz.
Перейдем в режим контроля общего состояния.
Let's switch the app to the general state control mode. We select the measurement duration of 3 minutes. We are waiting for a sound signal indicating the end of the measurement. Here is the result. The result of diagnostic says that the work is weak. We see bars at the same time in the range of 200 and 400 Hz. This means that we hear bees flying around the porch. Their sounds interfere to all other signals. About this case, we wrote in the instructions. In this case, we always recommend to make measurement from the top of the frames, covered with a cloth.
Вот здесь значительно четче видно, что в данном случае мы ничего не слышим, кроме звука прилетающих пчел. 200-400 Гц это звук прилетающих пчел. В принципе, в таком случае рекомендуется делать измерения через верх. То есть мы сейчас положим на холстик и...
We just put the smartphone on the fabric covering the frames, and close it with thermal insulation or just with the roof, in order to reduce interference from the sounds of the street. Notice please, that we always check, if the sound of bees is clearly heard by the smartphone. This is very, very important. Here we see the true bees signal. There are absolutely no sounds of arriving bees. When talking, we also see a picture of the sound of our voice.
Итак, делаем длительное измерение с интервалом 33 минуты. Запускаем и прикрываем.
So we do the measurement at intervals of 5 times for 15 seconds or about 3 minutes. Press the start button and close the smartphone by thermal insulation or roof to reduce noise. In 3 minutes we will get the result. We heard the signal and we can see the result. It is clearly seen that it is completely different. These are pure signals issued by bees in the process of work. Diagnosis speaks about the family's working condition. The activity is average. We see that the activity of bees' flights is really not very high. The bees mostly work with brought nectar. We want to repeat one more time. If a lot of bees arrive to the porch, and you see powerful signals, both in the ranges of 200 and 400 Hz, you need to change the measurement location and to make new measurement from the top of the frames. As you can see, we got a clear and good result without any problems. Family is in working condition. Work activity is average. We will try to make diagnostic of one more hive. According to what we see on the porch, probably it will be not wise to carry out control through the porch, and we will use the variant of making measurements from the top of the frames. We want to remind that our smartphone is very large and does not go deeply into the porch. This is the cause of the inconvenience. This is why we do not recommend to use tablets instead of smartphones for using together with Apivox app.
Так, сюда сверху.
the hive is opened, and we will perform the usual procedure. We put the smartphone on the fabric, we check that it hears the bees, we select the measurement interval, run the diagnostic procedure, and cover the smartphone with thermoinsulation.
Чтобы закрыть его. И все, сейчас ждем, пока не появится звуковой сигнал. Итак, прозвучал сигнал.
After 3 minutes we get the result. It is as clean and clear as in the previous case. Bees work well, the strength of work is average. In this hive, we see a slight excitement. This family is really a bit more excited than the others, but it is possible that this is the echo of the arriving bees, although with such a place of measurement, it is unlikely.
К сожалению, это все еще, так сказать, вопрос, как отделить летающих пчел от сигналов.
So, the obtained result is quite corresponds to what we can see on the porch. Bees fly not bad, and bring pollen, and we can see that obtained diagnosis fully corresponds to the state of the family. These two examples show how it is easy to make a good measurement, even if a lot of arriving bees actively interfere in your work.